Hello, it's Diane. I just have a very quick video, adjust this a little bit, to share with you. I made myself a new collage journal inspired by the by the Facebook group that I had joined a while ago called Vintage Glue Books and Pages. And I decided that I needed to make myself a collage book so that I could do the collages on pages. I had done some on index cards and playing cards and things like that, along with the challenges that Marguerite puts on the post. But I just wanted to start collaging some of my vintage things. So I took this Spanish textbook. It's like when you're in school and you're learning Spanish, that kind of a textbook. I loved the color and this scroll work, which is on the front and the back. I just covered up the title of the book with this craft card that I put through my crimper. If you don't know what that is, I was going to show it to you, but I don't see it. It's not in its normal place. Well, I guess I'll have to find that. So, oops, oh my goodness, this video is going to be a disaster. So I cut the book apart so that I could give it a larger spine. It looks like it's pretty empty right now, but it will fill up when I start collaging in it. It'll get fatter and fatter. And so it's got a 2-inch spine, which I created with chipboard, Tyvek, and this pretty paper from Michaels, which is the dark floral stack from one of their hot buys. Has 3 signatures, and I'm just gonna flip through it quickly. It's got the map on the inside, so I left that there. And then the pages are empty. I did not decorate them at all because I'm going to be collaging on them. But this is the first collage. I wanted to have one collage done when I showed you the book. So I just did that this afternoon, and this is a lady from the Spiegel catalog that I have, the 1961 Spiegel book. I'm so excited to have this collage book to put my Spiegel ladies in. And other images from the catalog, and lots of other vintage things. If you've seen my videos, you know that I've collected a lot of vintage pieces. This is part of a bingo box. These are just cutouts, so they're not vintage. And this is a vintage ledger book, vintage shopper stamps, and a Betty Crocker coupon. And then I just added this little card that says trendy, because, you know, she's feeling trendy there with her matching hat and bag and shoes. So the rest of the book is blank. So this is a page from the Spanish book. I don't know why this book isn't showing completely in the viewfinder, but this is scrapbook paper, but it's kind of like a ad section, I think, of an old newspaper is the design of it. This is from a vintage book I have about the art of Currier and Ives. Goodness. The vintage ledger paper. This is scrapbook paper. And I did stencil a little bit, very lightly on this. And then this is from a watercolor pad, an 8x8 pad of paper that has these watercolor designs. And I stenciled on the back of that. And that's all I did for stenciling. I figured I can do that once the book is together, so I didn't want to fuss too much before I got it put together. Children's book, calendar page. This is a book about the art of Rembrandt. A vintage recipe book. Just a magazine page. It's not vintage. Vintage music page. And then there's the Rembrandt. So sorry. Goodness. I'll try to do better on my future videos. I feel like these recent videos are a mess. Those are the pages I stenciled. And so there's the Currier and Ives. So the rest of the signatures are pretty similar to that. This is the second signature with the page from the Spanish book. And I did use washi tape down the center of some of the pages that I thought would be fragile with the poking holes and stitching. There's one of the Spanish map pages that was on the front and back of the book. This is a children's book, a big storybook of Snow White. It's not Disney. Currier and Ives book here. Scrapbook paper, the watercolor paper, the children's book. There's a book of French children's stories and rhymes. They're translated into English, but they're just traditional French stories. Calendar page, the Rembrandt book, recipe book, another magazine page, and the music page. So a lot of these images will be covered, but some of them I will collage around, like maybe this Rembrandt face. I'll collage around his face and leave him visible. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. And then the third signature has another Spanish book page. And the Snow White book, ledger, children's book. I love that design. Scrapbook paper, the French children's book, calendar page, recipe book, magazine. This is actually the cover of an old New Yorker. Well, not so old. It's 2014. I got a stack of New Yorkers from the library a while ago. Freebies. I'm getting sentimental over you. You see why I like this New Yorker cover. Room full of books. So I don't know how often you'll be seeing this book, but as I do collages, maybe every time I get, I don't know, maybe 10 pages done or something, I'll come back and show you. It depends on how frequently I get to collage. So I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope that you make your own collage book somehow in some way and start collaging. It's fun. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.